Well, welcome to Caroline Stevens, Seeking the Truth. I'm with Robert Green. We're here in our Welsh studios today, and we're on Hollie Greig Part 3. This is the final part of the Hollie Greig series. So, for anybody who can't hear at home, we are recording with a professional camera as well. So that will be an absolute perfect version, I hope. So Robert, welcome to our studios here in the Valleys, and we're going to bring Hollie Greig's situation right up to date now, aren't we?
Yes. Basically, I'll start by saying when I was convicted, I must tell everybody, I was not allowed to have a jury. They prevented me from having a jury.
So Robert, you were thrown into prison in part 2.
Yes.
Because the establishment in Scotland did not like what you were saying.
That's fundamentally what it was.
Because you were putting the spotlight on them.
And I'd already had put the Scottish light, because obviously the Scottish government, by this time, 2012 now sentenced, Alex Salmond and his ministers, including Nicholas Sturgeon, had been found to have breached the law over this very case that I'm dealing with.
So if they've breached the law, why are they not being held to account there in Scotland?
Because they control the law there. That there is no independent judiciary.
It's truly shocking.
But it went further than that. When the Information Commissioner found on the 26th of May they breached these cases, the Scottish government didn't do anything about it. They didn't comply with what the Commissioner required. And on the 11th of July 2011, they were given the whole Scottish government were given 24 hours to comply, or else they would be found in contempt of court.
So the whole Scottish system?
So the whole Scottish system would have been involved, but no one in Scotland was allowed to hear about that. The media were absolutely gagged. Can you imagine, even here, we know how bad things are in the
England
UK.
And
but can
Wales.
you imagine if Theresa May and the entire government were given 24 hours because they were in contempt of court? All the papers, even the Conservative supporting papers, it would be headline news.
It would.
But in Scotland, Banana Republic, totally controlled, no.
Well,
Scottish people, not one Scottish person in 100 would have known that their government came within 24 hours of facing contempt of court over a case involving the multiple rape of a disabled girl.
Well, I've got a few Scottish friends who hopefully will be watching this video today, yes. And I just ask them if they can get this message out.
Yes.
And, they have problems up in Scotland just like we have down here with their secret court system.
It's worse in Scotland because of the fact of the different legal system.
I thought they were more common law based.
It's supposed to be, but it's not the law itself.
Right, it's the application.
It is a small country where everybody knows each other, everybody can lean on each other. It leads itself to corruption, as with any small country basically. It's open to that, where they all know each other, easier to control. Yeah. And that is what happens in Scotland. Conflicts of interest at every turn. It's not the system itself. The Scottish law is pretty, I mean, I don't know enough to qualify, but a lot of impartial observers who do understand the law said the Scottish system is pretty good. It's a pretty good legal system, but like any legal system, it can be corrupted if the wrong people hijack it, and that's exactly what has happened in Scotland and what continues to happen to this present day.
So, do you think there's any links between, you mentioned the SNP, the SNP want to keep us in the EU,
right?
But yet they wanted independence from
that's
the
a
rest
separate
of
issue,
us.
but I would have to say that is an incoherent policy. You know, I think even people in Scotland now is, how can you be independent but part of the EU? The EU has made it quite clear they're against independence of any country.
That's right.
So what on earth is Nicholas Sturgeon talking about? And I think people, if they want to be independent, fine, but be independent. If they're fighting for independence, it's not just independence from, as they see it, England or Westminster. That's all they see. That's what they really need: independence from Westminster, but not true independence. Basically, what Nicholas Sturgeon is saying, I don't want to get too much of this, it's a different topic. She's basically saying we'll take orders from anybody. It's not the English. That's what it is. It doesn't matter it's Brussels, whether it's Angela Merkel and Berlin. They can tell us what to do as long as it's not the English.
Right. Okay. So, Robert, what's your sort of final wrapping up message to the audience? This is the part 3 of the Hollie Greig case. How is Hollie today?
I don't.
Don't want to go there.
No. I believe she's safe. I understand,
Good.
but it's not. I don't have contact because obviously there are lots of. I can speak very freely on my own. And,
yes, sure.
Other people get targeted if they can't get get at me, they'll target other people, which they have done in the past. So it's very important that I work independently with no connections at
That's
all, and
good.
that is exactly what I
Totally
do.
independent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
key.
But this is a symptom of what is happening in our country. It is symptomatic. It's a big case. There's lots on the net. You can see lots and lots of things about it. What I will just say, just to give you an idea about how much support I got, the 6 months that I was in prison, I received 3,000 letters.
Wow, I didn't send you one, I'm
3,000
sorry.
letters from 42 different countries. So it wasn't just people in the UK who were following this. I got wonderful support everywhere. Wonderful support. I'll never forget it. But that is how big this case is, and how people saw the corruption that is occurring in part of the United Kingdom. And there are 5 million of our countrymen and women living in a country in which Theresa May and her government do nothing at all to protect.
Shocking, truly shocking. Thank you, Robert. That's the end of our part 3, tripart series on the Hollie Greig case. Keep tuned, we may be back for more. Thank you, Robert, and thanks to everybody at home for listening. It's Caroline Stevens, Seeking the Truth as always. I also have a show on the internet, wakeupuk.net, on a Monday evening at 9 o'clock. Thank you and goodbye for